Wow, did you just do the national prayer thing or whatever in
The Pledge
German?
of
Pledge of
Allegiance. No,
Allegiance, yeah.
it's in
Pledge
French.
allegiance to the flag. Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
even understand. Wow.
She got
I did
Legion.
not even pick up on that at all.
I used to do that every single day because like I learned that when I was like 5. So
That's
yeah.
that's
Hey, Taylor,
Taylor.
you missed a
Oh
fucking great
yeah,
show.
we've got the couples show. We've got you could have singles, you could have couples. I'm such a fucking pervert. Get me off of here. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
Kate looks intense.
What's going on here, Taylor?
Yeah.
What are you doing to her?
I was unmuting you guys. What am I doing to her? Nothing.
Okay.
Y'all are
Sweet.
crashing.
No.
Why are you muting us?
Well, I had different windows open, and I had the whole internet browser muted as a system.
Ah.
So that I could hear the thing. And so when I came in, I was like, trying to figure out why I couldn't hear you guys.
Hola,
It's good that you
Senor
came in.
Taylor.
We need something
Como
better to talk about. We need to
estás?
talk about some shit that's like the past 30 minutes is just bad.
What have you been talking about?
Beyond the past 30 minutes.
No, that narcissist was fucking fantastic. I loved it.
Did you? Because I can only take him in small doses.
Oh
And
no,
then-
I'm glad he's banned from the channel. I want him to be banned from the first channel
Oh.
too. But
He's still in Team 1. Talking to Nick.
He is?
Nick,
Oh
really,
my fucking
Nick's gonna
god.
demolish that fucker.
That's
No.
sad because when I went back into that channel, he was talking to Josh, and Josh was like telling him, "Yeah, I'm like that too," and he was kind of telling him about how he was scarred emotionally because of how he was raised and what he faced when he was growing up, and
No,
It's
Josh
fucking
is very
weird.
obviously scarred. Very obvious.
Yeah, but from what? Because he's shown us examples, and this bullshit. He's such a pussy.
You shouldn't push it. It's just
I
gonna
know.
make it worse.
I didn't hear why. I
He needs
just
to go
heard
to-
that little bit.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm getting the charger. Yeah, no, I'm not pushing it, and I don't know what's there, but I do know that he's of his own accord, voluntarily displayed things like videos and stuff from his childhood that he thought was just atrocities, and like we're supposed to agree with him or something. And it's like,
Hey, if I'm dating a guy, can I like force them to meet you guys?
Nope.
So that
you
then
can't
you
force
can
anything. If I'm dating someone, can I force him to stop right there?
no.
Mhm.
Okay, well I guess the thing is that like I mean if I'm dating someone, can I introduce them to you guys so that you guys can like verify if he's like a narcissistic scumbag?
He is, because you.
There you go. Taylor hit it right on the spot.
I'm good at finding the spots. 2 knuckles in and push up. Write that down, boys.
Give me some good music.
Some good what?
Good music. Good tunes.
What do you like? I've been listening to a lot of rap lately.
No.
Little Black Submarine by the Black Keys.
I'm in the
Okay.
mood for something easy.
I don't do mellow music really, except I like Neil Young's. For some reason, I like
Kendrick
Neil.
Lamar is a fucking retard.
Yeah, I hate him. Can
Neil Young's a retard.
No, I don't know about Neil Young. Kendrick Lamar
Kendrick.
is.
Oh,
Kendrick is the
Yeah,
retard.
probably.
Wow.
He's one of these fucking Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus bullshit wannabes.
I don't understand why he's getting so much attention. He gets attention. Why does he get?
Yeah.
Because his music's very controversial.
What's he say that's controversial?
I've seen this before.
There's a lot of examples I can give you, but he talks about like a lot of black issues. But it's very ironic because he makes black
the
music.
very issues that are.
He makes black music, but he doesn't make it like affordable for black people.
Really?
To go
It's-
see him, it costs like $120 average.
It's not okay. I don't know if it's still ironic if it's a trend that black people don't really care about black issues any further than it's convenient.
Dude, I don't give a shit. If you're okay to me, I'm okay to you. It doesn't matter what the fuck race you are, okay? And that's the general. I like to think that's the general sense of most people my age. Now,
Content, character.
if we highlight issues like blacks are being persecuted or things like that, it's going to just continue this persecution.
Anything that helps people based on their identity as an oppressed group does not help them. It
Exactly.
just reinforces their identity as not like everybody else.
This is a debate I can get into, but I know it won't end well.
Yeah, because you don't use fucking logic when you debate.
Okay. No comment.
Well, because you don't have a comment. We already know enough about each other.
No, I can make a comment, but I decided not to.
You can. I mean, you're welcome to.
I bet you would love to. I bet you would love to hear it.
Well,
Oh, you would have so much fun.
I'd have fun throttling you. I'm sure that I would. You don't get to smug laugh while running away.
Wahaha. Let me eat my fucking peanuts in peace, okay?
That's not
These are
what I do.
These are some bomb-ass peanuts.
That's not what I do.
You like nuts, do?
Yeah.
But the nuts.
He thinks you're gay.
And if I was?
Well, clearly there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Clearly, you haven't heard my Eiffel Tower story.
Yeah, John.
Taylor, that fucking laugh.
That was an Eric laugh.
Locker room, guys. No locker room talk. This family show.
That is an Eric laugh, isn't it?
Wait, what do you guys think of
Who's
Eric
the
Clapton?
talking Blinky?
I don't know.
I feel like I know what he is. I feel
I mean,
like I've heard his songs.
Is it a person that's here normally and just is on a different device, or is it a new Blinky who's talking, or is it? Yeah, you.
Who are the Blankies? Introduce yourselves, please. We're not going to hurt you.
You can be Blankies, just don't be.
That's what they always say.
I
I'm
mean,
just kidding.
if you want to be a fly on the wall, then be a fly on the wall. If you want to be a participant, then
Yeah.
at least give yourself a nickname.
Do it in stages. We'll bring you to the light.
Come out the closet.
God, jeez.
Hey, do you like that new song Redbone by Childish Gambino?
Oh
What
my
is it?
god.
You were asking about listening to something chill, and I think that's
Yeah,
pretty chill.
I'd like to hear it. What is it?
Childish Gambino, Redbone.
I think I've heard of this person. This is, what's his name, right? The actor?
I'm not sure. I think he's just a rapper, as far as I know.
No, he's an actor. Glover. Something Glover.
That's probably one of his chillest songs.
All right, I'm listening. Donald Glover. That's it.
Blanky, I asked you who you are, and you're not, and you write a book instead of introduce yourself.
No, please, no. Let them write a book. I would love to hear as much as possible about Blanky.
Hey, John?
Yes.
Savage.
Okay, I have a song that I think you will like.
Okay, I'm gonna have to wait 4 minutes, but
Who are you, Blanky?
I am your
You know who I
arch
am,
nemesis.
Taylor. LOL.
You know who I am, Taylor. You. Oh God, she's flirty as shit.
that sounds like gaslighting.
Courtney. It's Courtney, ain't it?
Did you know that?
Whatever happened to that girl?
She's
She
banned.
died.
Chloe, did you
What?
know that?
What just happened now?
I think that blanket was Courtney. Chloe, did you know that?
Did I know what?
That was Courtney?
I mean, I just guessed it. I was like, hey, maybe it's Courtney because you mentioned this mysterious chick named Courtney before. So I was just like, okay.
This is a potential problem that can continue to the future if this becomes a monetized thing.
What? Sharing videos?
No, this whole
What?
Courtney thing.
Why?
She needs to just get help, honestly. That pisses me off.
I feel like I wish I could understand who you guys saying about and what the problem was.
Okay,
I
so the
don't even
problem
know
is that
what's
there's
wrong,
this
but-
chick, and
but
I
basically-
think...
Okay, one at a time, friends.
Okay, let
Let
me talk.
John
Let me
explain
talk.
it to me.
Let me talk. Okay, so there is this chick, and some drama happened a while back, and because of it, she got banned. So she keeps like coming up as Blankies, and she keeps coming back or trying to come back. And why she keeps trying to come back, I have no idea. But it's fucking nuts, and she needs to stop. That's all I've got to say about it.
Okay, I have no preface for who this person is, but just based on the reaction of having to ban random people, even if they may not necessarily be this person that we're talking about, this will be detrimental
No.
in the future.
Right. I'm not doing that. When I kick a blankie, I'm doing it fully aware it might be someone who's not Courtney. However, when someone is as chatty as that person was continuously and contributes to every conversation except for me asking who they are, then at that point they're just being rude even when it's not.
Yeah, I asked a while
This
before
is
you arrived
like
also.
sitting here chilling. I'm not harassing it. It can be a fly on the wall. I respect people's right to be a fly on the wall, but don't participate. But demand anonymity or ignore me at the same time.
Right. First thing you start off with is a nickname. That's all you need.
For what?
If you want to participate in the conversation, at least give a
Oh,
nickname.
right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how everyone else feels, but I would not. I don't see that there's a lot of need for the continuous open door policy, anyways.
Right.
I think at this point we've got people who are here regularly, and we've got if other people want to join, however, we figure that out later. But I personally don't see the need to leave everything open all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm not proposing that. I don't feel like dealing with anything.
That ring, man. It's a good ring.
My ring.
Yeah. Is that the obsidian one? Yeah.
Oh, the gold and onyx and diamond one.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
It's gorgeous.
I just
I have to download this, really.
So the INTP is for the ENTP, what the INTJ is for the ENFP.
What?
No, that's bad.
it's 14 grams exactly
You would have a scale.
for jewelry. Sure.
Absolutely. You need to measure that. It's all about weight.
I think I just said some irrational shit just now.
Taylor, there's fucking code in chat.
There's what?
Look at chat.
And
Is that the person?
I don't know if this.
Unify. Was it Unify?
Courtney, get on camera.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
Unify, maybe.
Well, was it though? I mean,
No,
if
who
it
knows?
was, it'd be great. But he could also text me, email me, and not be a prick.
Oh,
Hey, John,
Yes.
what is your perception of the ENFP?
Good question. You'll have to let me figure out the ENFPs for a second. I have to re-educate myself.
that blank is no longer in the room.
Oh, whoops! I get the wrong blankie.
Different blankie, but maybe that one was. Who knows?
Oops. Now I do feel bad about that one.
Well, that one didn't say anything ever. Oh shit, Zach!
Zach.
I'm not sure I have much experience with ENFPs. Can you give a person? Maybe I've interacted with them here.
Oh, How?
No.
Is How the only ENFP?
I think
I think there
so.
was another guy.
So I'm
Oh
not.
yeah, new guy.
Oh.
The black guy. New
Oh, yeah.
Spacey.
Yeah, for sure, ENFP.
I haven't interacted with that person, so I'm not properly equipped to answer your question. I'm sorry.
No, and then, you know,
It's possible.
Oh, you're ENFP?
yes.
Yeah.
She is, but I mean, I think so too. But you do have a lot of FI going on. Like,
That's because I'm developing that function at this point.
you should not develop that. You should develop CI.
But I have it as a function. I can't just
If you're
choose.
Unify, then text me or email me.
Okay. So obviously you're cute. My interactions with you so far have been pretty playful. I'm not sure we'd be lasting friends. I
What
mean,
was the question?
she's asking me how my interactions are with ENFPs.
Why?
She wants to know more about herself.
Sounds masturbatory.
It's
But I mean,
She's-
this is a place for
this is-
masturbatory ego stroking.
Taylor, this is what has been going on for like the past 2 hours now. She's
Well,
been wanting
I mean,
to know so much about herself.
I'm
She wants to be
tired
picked apart.
I'm tired of people needing attention in the most obnoxious ways.
It's repulsive. People that need attention are repulsive to me. I'm sorry.
Chloe,
it's
you
just-
gotta handle on your own insecurities a little bit.
Oh no, I just
Sorry, I kind of spewed a little bit of venom at you that was also intended for you, but also Josh and that other dude, that god fucking awful dude, get a lot of that. So not
Which
all
one?
of it directly aimed at you, but yeah, you get some. So stop doing that.
okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm going with what Taylor said here.
You don't have to make me feel like you don't have to say yes, like I beat you or something.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here, at least West Coast.
Have I been attention seeking?
Yes, constantly. You're very attentive.
Okay, I will stop it.
You need to recognize your attention seeking, first of all.
Okay. I'm aware of it now. Okay.
Oh, I forgot. I don't have his number saved on this phone. I think it's Unify.
What are you guys talking about?
The blankie that I was kicking.
Oh,
Oops. Wow, I just Googled. Wow, I'm retarded.
Pardon me, I have like a fucking book to read here. Hold on.
so Taylor, how often do you go shooting?
I don't know. It's sporadic. Like I go in bursts. Like I do a lot, and then I don't, and then I do. I think last time I went was probably a week and a half ago.
That's cool.
Why? You want to play guns with me?
No, I wanted to talk to you about this topic, this debate topic.
Let's
Yeah,
talk.
I'm praying
I
for
love talking about guns. I'll talk about guns all day long. Actually, I've got a gun to sell. Well, I made it on commission, but the guy needs to get another $500 and get the gun. So I was actually about to grab that and start
So
kind of making sure it's all done.
I have a debate topic.
Okay.
That I have to prepare my kids for. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and place that topic
Lace it.
in the chat box.
That's a
Let me. No, it's just one sentence. Literally one sentence.
No, I mean your lace. I'm gonna lace it. I don't know. I just found that interesting that you used that word in that manner. I don't know why.
I'm gonna lace it. That sounds like I packed the bowl and I was like, I'm gonna lace it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I obviously don't think that you're loading.
What's that guy's name?
Okay, finals.
But
Bullet control should be immediately adopted to eventually trigger the precipitous drops in homicides and mass shootings secured through gun control in other countries.
oh, okay. Well, are you
I'm-
against it?
What do you want to do? What do you want? You want to go for or against it?
What I mean, guess.
You want to go against it?
I want to go against.
Okay. Blanky, you can make a name for yourself at the top right, or you can go on your blank thingamajigger, and then I think there's a way you can edit your nickname there.
Yeah, get on your thingamajigger,
Yeah, exactly.
and then hit it right on the flux capacitor with that doohickey.
All right, so should we wait for more people, or should we just start?
Just start.
Okay, so I'm going to go. Fuck, man, I kind of wanted to go against it too.
Okay, we'll try go against it then. I'll take.
Okay, fine. I'll go for it. Okay. This is gonna be really weak. I don't really agree with this, but I'm gonna do it. So, bullet control is something. The first contention is that bullet control can potentially reduce the amount of deaths that can occur within an event of a mass shooting. We should define bullet control as being a system in which when an individual buys a gun and ammunition for that, the individual is limited to how much ammunition they should be they have access to purchasing and whatnot. The reason why this is important is, again, because as the affirmation, we affirm the resolution for the purposes of saying that in case of an incident in which a mass shooting occurs, a low amount of bullets can save possibly more lives than we anticipate. The second argument that we would make is that right now, one of the strongest things to tackle is in being able to go against the black market when it comes to the sale of armaments, because we all know that. Sorry, I'm burping. Because we all know that though it may seem like bullet control can be the answer to reducing the amount of ammunition individuals have to, there's also the black market that needs to be tackled, inclusive alongside products that could be purchased for the purposes of creating more ammunition, as there is a community behind that is actually interested in making more ammunition than they already have for several reasons. I think the third argument is to be a sort of accounting to what the negation will say, and that is basically you will still have access to your guns, and the amount of ammunition that will be provided to the negation will still be an adequate amount in order to exercise their right to bear arms. In other words, in order to use their gun when necessary, in other words, to protect themselves or to protect themselves against a government that is, not voicing the concerns of the people and is actually doing something bad in a chaotic event, so to speak. So that is basically my half-ass affirmation case. I rest my case. You can go ahead and counter that.
Okay. So the first point is it'll reduce the number of deaths. Now, that is, I think from the cradle of the concept. Here, I told you, Zach. From the cradle of the concept, it doesn't work because no, because the number of bullets that are the smaller number of bullets is only conducive to defense and murder. The people who go through the most bullets by an astronomical amount are professional and competitive shooters. It's insanely more bullets. They go through way more bullets than I do. You can't fathom. They have to get sponsors to give them enough bullets. You can shoot. I mean, these people will shoot 200,000 rounds a month. So you're getting the wrong market right off the bat. You're getting the sports shooters, not the mass shooters. Second of all, from a crime standpoint, and then inside that, from a gun violence standpoint, the number of murders out of mass shootings is tiny. It's not. It's insignificant. It's insignificant is the wrong word. It's like a standard deviation amount. It's not statistically significant. So if you're addressing mass shootings as your primary concern, you're not addressing violence in a way that values life as the outcome. You're not addressing the real problems. You're addressing the sensationalized ones. You're addressing the wrong problem, basically. If you wanted to address gun violence, then you'd know that most gun violence is created with stolen revolvers. So it doesn't do anything for gun violence. It maybe does something for mass shootings, which I think are certainly the wrong component. I mean, toilets kill more people every year. So you're going at the wrong problem there, and it doesn't really address violence. It addresses it picks on the easy target, sort of. Let's see. Reduction in bullets is gun control. I mean, it's as a concept, it directly and without disguising itself undermines the First Amendment. So, I mean, I guess that's not on this point of reducing gun violence, but it is worth mentioning that it's a direct way of it's already illegal to so you're not supposed to manufacture ammunition in the raw. There are certain components. I think the primers, and maybe the powder. There are laws around its manufacture and its transportation that make it so that just making bullets from scratch, while I could stuff powder into copper and put the chunk of lead on top, although I can make bullets without violating a gun law, I don't think I can without violating you can't just do it. You can reload, but you're buying all your components, like your primers and stuff, through a retailer or wholesaler. So there's already laws against that. But I had plenty more. Oh, so the other thing is conceptually the concept of guns as the cause of or their restriction as the solution to violence, and I think that it's absolutely fundamentally from the very beginning flawed. There is nothing in the world that there never has been anything that nearly gives a victim a level playing field like a gun. No other weapon has done it. And no other weapon has done it in a way that can be used individually. There's bombs that can kill people easily, but it kills indiscriminately. There's swords and shit that kill people, but still, if I'm fighting your grandma with knives or swords, she's fucked, right? It's the only thing ever in the history of human defense that has put a little old lady about on par with 5 young men my age. So I mean, just conceptually, I think it is the best. It's the best prevention and the best defense for people who need it the most. By taking away guns, you victimize the victims, because someone like me, a 6 foot tall man, I don't look like the easiest target already. But women, children, elderly people, they're the ones who would actually benefit from, not children, but they're the ones who actually benefit from having that gun more than anyone else. They look like victims. They look like someone who can't defend themselves. But if you don't know if they've got a gun in their purse, everything changes. An armed society is a polite society. Also, okay. I would demonstrate. Oh yeah, there's more things. Okay. By definition, only criminals don't follow laws. So if we're trying to keep guns out of the hands of criminals by creating new laws, it's conceptually flawed again. All you're doing is keeping guns out of the hands of law-abiding people, which are not the problem in the first place. And there's one more point, but I lost it. Okay.
Are you thinking about it, or?
Oh, I was stopping. Maybe it'll. Maybe it won't.
Oh, okay. So, I tried to write down some things that I heard about what you said, and so I guess I'll kind of give like a response to what you were saying, and then I'll kind of crystallize the case I presented.
Unify is being a.
What happened?
Unify is being a butthole.
Oh. So one of the first initial things that you talked about was that passing a law like this would directly affect individuals who are participants in the sport of shooting, right? And I would like to assume that would also cover like hunting or something. While I do agree with this, I feel like there should be some form of legislation that could be able to make it so that individuals who participate in the sport of shooting are any sport related to shooting should be there should be more strict regulations with regards to how much space they have and how much autonomy they have over their bullets, right?
Are you making an argument for the debate, or are you saying a belief for both?
Am I what?
Are you making this argument for the sake of the debate, or are you stating one of your beliefs, or is it both?
No, I'm making this as a direct response with regards to what you said.
Okay.
Is that Unify?
Okay, so the second thing is you're from a crime standpoint, you were telling me that the number of mass shootings was not necessarily that significant. But the problem with saying that is that you're not necessarily prioritizing the safety of the constituency, the safety of the people. Mass shootings don't just occur like domestic. When I say domestic safety, I'm talking about like safety in the United States, safety in the U.S. or domestic safety, whatever you want to call it as, is something that should be prioritized in case of a mass shooting or like a terrorism attack. Especially now that we're like tensions are rising between other countries and the United States, right? So the second thing I have to say, or another thing I have to say, is you argue that this doesn't really address the violence that streams from guns. What I'm saying is that this is one of the first steps that we can take to address the problems that are related with mental illness versus guns. I do agree with you to an extent in which you say that the solution to violence is not attacking guns, because the solution to violence is attacking who the guns not attacking, but addressing how the guns get to which specific people's hands. Because guns don't kill people, right? It's people that kill guns. And when we talk about that, we talk about how recently, for example, one of the things that Trump did was he passed a legislation that made it more easier for people with mental illnesses to attain a gun. If you look at most of the incidents in which mass shootings occur, a lot of times it's stereotypically a white individual who, after the court ends up figuring out that he or she is suddenly mentally ill and cannot stand trial.
Surprisingly resourceful.
Trump is beholden to the NRA and the gun lobby.
Listen, either you get rid of guns, either you have to get rid of all guns, every single gun in the whole world, or you just accept them and say.
Taylor, I also agree with your point. I also agree with your point on talking about how, you know, it's if you want to attack guns, it's still not going to get rid of the whole the illegal production of guns, or like the illegal armament of people, like when people attain guns not the legal way, which is why when we talk about which is why I brought up the whole like fighting the black market thing, and we can do that through like things as simple as gun buyback programs. Mm-hmm. Well, though that may not sound simple, it's still something that can sort of alleviate some of these crimes.
But our culture in America is so proliferated with firearms that it's impossible. It's impossible to
speak. And let me explain the gun lobby to you. Beholden to the gun lobby, gun lobbies, just like corporations, aren't these mystical evil things that exist for bad reasons.
They're just to make money.
They're organizations of people. I'm part of the gun lobby. Every year, I pay money to the gun lobby to support what I believe. It's no different from any other self-interest, any other rights organization.
Okay, I have to add this though. There's some like superstition behind lobbyists associated with like gun companies, because it's almost similar to, I'm going to use this comparison, and it could be a really good, really bad comparison, but I'll make it either way. So private prisons have lobbyists that go in and lobby for things that are actually really shady, such as the implementation of longer sentences for petty crimes. Or there was something I read about how they actually keep immigrants detained longer versus federally run prisons because it generates them more money.
You know, what's even worse is most of these private prisons that cater towards judges who get kickbacks, and then judges have been convicted of this, are usually juvenile courts or juvenile detention centers.
Yeah, I'm not for privatized prisons. I'm not for prison system at all. I'm not for laws against drugs. I'm not for laws against things. When you create a law against things,
law against behavior, not a law against drugs. Law against behavior.
Right. So when you create
insane thing.
When you create a law against something, you automatically create a market for it that's artificially inflated. The economics of it is you just made whatever you're prohibiting way the fuck more valuable. And its sale now, since there's a demand for it, it's moved out of the legal market and into a market that is by definition not regulated. So you're
I like that argument.
Yeah, but it also supports his argument for guns.
Yeah, because guns are a good thing.
Logically, I agree with you, but
logically, but what?
Logically, I agree with you, but in practice, I think we should have stricter gun laws. But logically, yes, I do agree with you.
I fucking love you, Taylor. I fucking love you.
So you agree with my logic, but you still think that I'm wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong. I think I'm right. I think we should have stricter gun laws, but your logic is correct.
How can you possibly be such an incompetent person to tell me those two things side by side with no justification?
What? Okay, so here's what I think. I don't know. Here's what I take from that. It makes sense, Taylor, but with regards to the sequence of events that have been occurring in the nation for the past, I don't know how many years now, it only also makes sense to have stricter gun laws when you have a problem of mass shooting.
Why do you think that stricter gun laws would help anything?
Because when you have a president that makes
Because all right, say in our state, Virginia, we have a gun show loophole. You do not need to go through.
Dude, there's never any murders at gun shows.
I'm not saying there are murders at gun shows. I'm saying that you do not have to go through the background check at gun shows in Virginia. You just don't have to.
You don't anyway. There's this thing called armslist.com, and it's a classified ads for guns. If you buy from a private party, you don't have to go through the background check. I can sell
only if they're antique guns, though.
Huh?
Only if they're antique guns.
No. No, bud. Not at all.
Okay. So I forgot what my thought was. I was saying like.
All right. I stand corrected. Let
me explain to you though, because I mean, not just to you, but to anyone who cares to listen, because this is something that's misrepresented all the time. Gun shows are convention, and to get into a gun show as a vendor, you have to set up a table. You have to pay for a spot at the gun show to sell guns. I can't walk in with my guns and sell them. If I walk in with a gun to trade in a deal, they check it at the door, they disable it, and they put like a zip tie thing in the action so it can't fire. No guns are going in the door unless you're security, a cop, or a vendor. The vendors have to pay for tables. Vendors are always FFLs. They're the one place I can guarantee. There are two places I can guarantee I'll always do a background check. That is one, a store, a storefront store, and two, a gun show. Always. Those are all FFLs.
I've seen that the opposite. I know somebody who should not have a gun and has a gun because he went to a gun show.
Yeah, I see it all the time in Virginia. Virginia
just depends on the state. Mississippi is really bad.
It's very it's incredibly
generally
unregulated.
Speaking, I will say that legally speaking, you're not
So how did
right. And if anybody can enforce it, they should.
Did he walk into a gun show and buy it from someone at a table?
Yeah, no, it's Mississippi, bro. He's in North Mississippi. Like,
okay, that kind of. I mean,
this like a good old boy network going on, you know, and shit.
Like, well, the good old boy network is going to find us.
Yeah, legally speaking, you're right, and most of the time that is true. But there are a few places you can get a gun.
Well, things like shows,
like a show place in Mechanicsville,
Virginia. Straw man right there. That's a thing, but not a real thing.
Well, I mean, bro, I'm about to soon. You can just 3D print an AK if you want. Like, what's gun laws going to do about that shit? Like, that too. If somebody wants to kill somebody, they can just make an AK real quick. You know, still, if you want to take that away, people can make bombs up the ass. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Like, there's a lot of weapons you can make that aren't weapons. If you want to fucking mass kill people, you can mass kill people with whatever the fuck is around your fucking
more difficult
workshop.
For people to do that.
Ace Hardware. It'd be more difficult, but if you have the passion to blow a bunch of people up, you're gonna do it.
You've been doing drugs on.
You go to Ace Hardware and you're gonna buy a bunch of shit.
What?
Yeah, what were you saying?
Josh, you've been doing drugs on here all night, and drugs are illegal, and you're doing it on a public channel. You're not even hiding it, and nobody's coming to get you. You have no trouble finding things because prohibitions don't actually ban anything. They just make it a more lucrative market for bad people to play in.
I know.
Yeah.
Then what did you try to accomplish if you agree with all my logic and still disagree with me?
Because I believe we can make it more difficult for people who are insane to get guns.
But
that's not true.
Josh.
You just make it more difficult to get people that can protect themselves from insane people to get guns.
All right, I live in Virginia. The murder rate in our city has gone down greatly over the last 10 years. And
what's that like?
Well, hold on, that's just worldwide. Murder rate's going down worldwide, period, over history. Now, could it be, and this is me just making a leap, that anti-gun laws are a liberal thing and that liberals have been nice to gay people over the years?
Yeah, you don't mix your animosity towards Christian right wingers with the gun issue.
Hey,
problem with the two-party system.
You can't imply that. It's kind of a fallacy to try to discredit somebody through implying that he has a second alternative.
All I know is when we enacted Project Exile here in Richmond, it became a national law after 1994, I think.
What is Project Exile?
Project Exile meant that if you were caught with an illegal gun in Richmond, you were not allowed to live in Richmond anymore. You went to jail, and when you got out of jail, you were banished from living
Exile is a super effective way
in
of
city
figuring
limits.
crime out. It doesn't reduce crime; it makes it someone else's problem.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Well,
That's insane.
it also became a national. It also became a national program.
I've never heard of it before.
Look it up. Project Exile. Look it up. Look it up.
But
National program in what way, though? Who's adopted it and where is it still being practiced? And how many people have abandoned it after adopting it? I'm sure the abandonment rate is massive. I mean, if you say that banning things doesn't necessarily make it more difficult to get them, then how can you then afterwards say that banning something is good if the very thing you want to accomplish is make it more difficult? I don't understand that.
Well, doing drugs is a victimless crime, and killing people with guns is quite a victim-full crime.
But that's not what we're talking about. That's the implication of the thing that you're talking about. Either
I'm sorry, 1997, not 1994.
Yeah, that's the implication of the thing. Either you're prohibiting or not, but it doesn't take away from the logic of how it all works, and actually if you want. Boy,
look, I mean, unify. Sure, we can argue. For sure. I'll even agree that we should enforce the existing laws before we make new ones. I'm saying
that's true. That's true.
What I'm saying is that laws prohibition as a means of control is not good ever. It's never prevented things. You can say I have people say nuclear weapons. Okay, no. I'm going to argue that one beforehand because nuclear weapons are insanely expensive to buy. There's a barrier to entry there. The reason we don't have machine guns isn't because I don't know how to make one. I do. I promise you. I also know how to make silence.
You can take a little thing out and make a semi-automatic and automatic, whatever it is. I don't know gun lingo, so
you have to drill a thing and put a new little thing in and have a different hand. You know, there's more things than that. You can't just file down the hammer pin and have it go fully auto, like people say. But the issue is the barrier to entry is the cost. That's price is the barrier to entry point.
Well, I'm getting tired. I have to get a liver ultrasound tomorrow, so I'm going to let you guys go. It was a great conversation. And Taylor, I agree with you in logic, but in practice, I believe that we should.
Would you do me a favor?
People who have been adjudicated insane.
Josh, would you just ask yourself, just think about why you would possibly disagree with me if you agree with all my logic all the way through. We don't need to talk about it now. Just think about it.
And also, Josh, I do want to also state that plenty of conservative people are totally pro-gay now.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I actually hate that. I hate that conservative is linked with this and liberal is linked with this because I'm fucking not liberal, that's for sure. But I also don't want to fucking get in people's lives and their sex life and their drugs. It's fucking bullshit.
No, it goes against everything that conservatism says. It says small government, get out of people's way.
Well, it does now that libertarianism is becoming, or has been the last few years. But traditionally, conservatives are the ones supporting drug law or drug prohibition.
Yeah, Jeff Sessions just tried to. Well, he's advocating for the old drug war, harshest sentences for low-level drug offenses. But there's a bipartisan coalition in the Senate that is fighting back against that. Because you know what, it's a conservative practice to not house people for low-level drug offenses because it takes about $50,000 to $85,000 a year to house someone in prison, and we're wasting so much money. So much money.
Drug laws are a human rights violation. ultimate rage.
They are, and you should be punished. You should be punished for the behavior that you behave while on the drugs, not for the drugs themselves.
Right. To make someone a felon, I mean, it's disgusting to me. I find it a human rights violation.
Yeah. I mean, the idea that you can a plant that grows naturally and when you burn it and you inhale the smoke, you're automatically a criminal. That is ridiculous.
It makes me disgusted for sure.
It doesn't even make it sends my head into spins. It's crazy.
I consider myself a particularly ethical person, I'm in any sort of morality contest most of the time. I don't consider myself immoral, but I do think that being a cop, ironically, is one of the few jobs I would not be able to do because it violates my morals.
Well, also they weed out people using IQ tests. They want people that will submit to.
Well, that's happened in one. That's been shown to be happen. That's happened in a couple places, but that's it. We can't say that universally.
Well, I know plenty of people who have been turned down for policemanship, and they were definitely qualified, and we definitely need them in this city that I live in because we live in so the city of Richmond is a dangerous city to live in.
Cops are dangerous people.
Yes, they are.
Not as dangerous as me.
Not all of them. There are a lot of good cops. But there are a lot of bad cops too. There are a lot of bad cops, and I have been personally beaten by bad cops.
It doesn't pay enough to attract. It doesn't pay enough to prevent the incentive to go crooked, and it does offer enough in terms of authority to attract the wrong kind of mentality.
Exactly. It's all the people that were not popular in high school, and they're trying to get back at fucking people that were popular in high school. That's what the cops are. Fucking.
There's one here that I particularly don't like, and I'm trying to get him. He's predatory, and it's almost. I haven't heard anything, but it almost seems like he likes calling women. He likes doing it when they're in front of the school or at the. He's got some sort of a weird parasitic, He likes seeing people scared and embarrassed.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Officer McAbee in Pratt, Kansas.
Okay.
I didn't expect that from you.
He knows I don't like him. He and my lawyer got to spend a few hours with the county attorney about a year ago. I've never met him.
That's kind of inconsistent with Taylor, right there. What you just did.
Yeah.
That means you really don't like him.
Well, hold on. Here's the story.
Who is it?
So he's this cop who I'd heard about before. I've heard stories about him anyways. About a year ago, he pulled over Katie for expired tags. At the time, he lived down the street from us. He lived 5 houses down. So because I'm spacey, forgot to renew both of our tags. We're both driving around on expired tags. And he's a neighbor, sort of. He pulls over Katie. We're both expired, but he pulls over Katie for expired tags. He's waiting for her outside of my daughter's daycare. That's not by our house. He didn't knock on the door or anything and say, "Hey, your tags are expired." He didn't pull me over. He waited until she was at the daycare picking up my daughter, where he knew that she was always there. I don't know that he necessarily knew that she was there getting my daughter. He pulls her over right in front of the daycare at 5 p.m. when everyone's picking up their kids. He has her get out of the car while he searches it. He searches the car, finds nothing.
How much was his PC for that?
He didn't have any PC.
He just asked and she said yes.
He consented because she wanted to get him over with. She wanted to just get him out of the way. That was for sure the quickest way. So he searches the car, finds nothing. makes her. She's also got her niece and her kid and my daughter. Anyways, she walks. So then he doesn't find anything, but he won't let her drive off. He says you can't drive off because there are no tags on it. So the tags are expired. So she, because it's expired, and
Taylor, I guess my feelings on guns stems
Hold
from
on, y'all.
she and four kids walk from my babysitter's house back to my house. These are 4 kids. I think they're all under 10, maybe even all under 7. He's got 4 little kids with her. They're walking 9 blocks across a highway in August. It's 110 degrees. I fucking flip shit.
And he's still a police officer?
He got, so that, I'm not quite done with him, but he got farva'd for a while. He wasn't.
on a goddamn liter of cola.
He was left in the office for 6 months, I think, but he is a cop now. He did undergo some sort of a training thing to make him be less of a cop. But yeah, he's still a cop, and I still haven't met him. He avoids me like the plague, but it pisses me off. So.
I don't want a large fart. I want a goddamn liter of cola.
She could have drove off, I think, too. Anyway, I mean, I didn't have a tag once because I was going to buy the tag, and the guy was like, "Tell it to the judge," but I drove it off and then got a tag and got it fixed.
He's crooked, and no matter what rights you think you have, you really don't have them unless you've got a little bit of leverage, which I do. You didn't expect Katie to be granted such aggressiveness.
I live in Mississippi. They're like that too.
You're technically right, but you're also wrong.
I think my views on guns have probably come from the fact that I've been a victim of gun violence 3 times.
Have you been shot?
No, but I've been robbed at gunpoint 3 times.
Did it have to do with drugs?
No.
So by your logic, since I have never had gun violence crime happen to me, I should be against you.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just stating my personal experiences.
I mean, I appreciate you sharing kind of your perspective or trying to be open about it. But if you think that your opinion is valid at all, and mine holds logic because this has happened to you, I'm going to say that you're too immature to vote. Because all you're doing is taking perspective there. I've also been robbed at gunpoint.
But I'm also admitting the fallacy.
And I do applaud that. I actually do applaud your honesty there. But I mean, you have good enough logic. You're not an idiot. I know that you can recognize the lapse in good decisions there. But since I've been robbed, I've been robbed too at gunpoint, and so is my brother, and so is Nick.
Scary shit.
Dude with the hat on, what is your name?
Not me.
You didn't do very good at differentiating us.
Dude with the blue hat.
You know who I am, Chloe.
No, I forgot your name. I've been staring at you for like the last 5 minutes.
One of my best friends has a tooth missing right here from getting pistol whipped.
Oh, Shane. Okay, I'm so sorry. I thought it was like Max or something.
That's okay. You can default to some guy.
Okay, some guy.
It's really easy.
No, Shane. I thought your name was Max or something, or like Alex at first. I don't know.
Max or Alex?
That's close, so I can see the confusion.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah. Hello, Alex.
The point is, there doesn't need to be any butthurt around here because there's butthurt all over the world as much as it is.
Mm-hmm. Boy, ain't that the truth. I'll say a hell yeah to amen to that.
Yeah, amen.
Speak the truth.
Hell
Chloe,
yeah and amen.
I mean, Chloe, don't be a hypocrite.
All right, kiddos. Good night.
Aces.
Have a good night. Well,
who else is wrong about things?
Well, not you.
No.
Let's talk about the existence of God.
What existence?
I don't have a dog in this fight. You can have at it.
Okay, so, but